so far. So far, so far, so far. Today I am doing a video that I've been wanting to do because it's now kind of like past that halfway through the year mark. Scary. I wanted to do a kind of update of my favourite books that I've read this year. I know I have not really been doing many book videos because I have my booktube, which I'm gonna put up on the screen or something. If you like my book videos on here, I am posting obviously more on there now, but I still want to do ASMR about my books, so that is what we're doing today, my favourite books of 2025 so far. I hope you enjoy and let me know down in the comments what your favourite books of the year have been so far. Guys, I have read so many good books. I've read a lot of books this year actually. I am almost on 50 books on my Kindle. I've read 49 books on my Kindle and I've read some physical books. So I'm at over 50 books this year and my goal was 60, so I'm super pleased with that, to be honest. And in there I have had a mix of like some dreadful reads and some really, really good reads, so that's what we're here to discuss today. So on my Kindle, quite a while ago now, I read the Mindf series by St. Abbey. I absolutely adored this series. I consumed it so quickly. It is a book of, well, it's 5 books, but they basically all make up one big book. So the Mindf series it basically follows a girl called Lana, who had a very traumatic experience which has led her to need revenge on a certain group of people in her past. So this is basically all she lives for. This is her purpose now, is for this revenge plot. So the main storyline is revenge focused. If you're not into that kind of thing, definitely not for you. It is quite gory in some parts and very, very dark as well. If you're not comfortable with that, definitely like check all the trigger warnings and all the themes that are covered in these books. This series broke me and like literally it stomped on my heart. I love Lana so much, and this like whole book series is so heartbreaking. She, in the first book, she meets a FBI agent called Logan, and he is in homicide, and he is actually working on hunting down a serial killer who happens to be Lana. Very, very bad idea from Lana, but she gets involved with Logan and they really hit it off, so she sees him again and it all kind of unfolds from there. I think a lot of darker like romance kind of I mean, this is dark romance, but there is like a much bigger plot going on. But I think a lot of the morally grey, or like morally, this will have your moral compass going like crazy. This has you questioning everything you've ever thought you knew, you know. But I think the morally grey characters usually tend to be men, and this is very much flipped because Logan is a kind of, I need to serve justice, I am, you know, going with the law, I am here to make sure everyone gets the justice served that they deserve and put all the bad guys away. But the more you read and the more you learn, it's not like always black and white. Like he sees it and the law sees it. So it definitely has you kind of like questioning everything, and it is a journey. It's a very dark road. So yeah, just beware of that if that's would say are my favourites. The later books, specifically the final book, goes a bit crazy. Like, there are plots in here that are so unrealistic. Like, these books they feel very fiction, you know, very, very fiction. A lot of the things that happen, you're like, absurd, absolutely absurd, but it's very, very, you know, it's a fast-paced read because of that. So yeah, if you want to get your heart broken and you want to go down this rabbit hole that will inevitably make you sob, that's a great series for you. That is a great series for you. I know that's like quite a popular one in certain book talk spaces as well. But the next books I'm going to talk about is actually a duet. This is, guys, this is a series. Well, it's not a series, it's a duet, but these books have literally not left me since I read them. Like, they were amazing. They were amazing. I know they're definitely not going to be for everyone, but like, I'm struggling, and I have been struggling since I finished these, and like maybe like March, April kind of time. I've just found nothing compares. I did find a series I'm also going to talk about that kind of compares, but this is the Losers Duet. These books are incredible, Now, if you like a very dark romance, if you like why choose this multiple partners, and there are partners that are like already together, the thing I loved about this story is actually very emotional and very deep, and the more you learn about all the characters, they all have very like heartbreaking things that they've went through, and lots of different struggles that have made them the people that they are. And when they all come together in this like little family, it's beautiful. It's actually beautiful, and it warms my heart. Like, they found their found family in this, and I love found family. I love it. And their friendships and the relationships in this are top tier. There is a prequel, or like kind of basically the start of the first Losers book. They talk about this specific event, and there is a short book called The Dare that covers that, but I've not read that. I probably will eventually, when that void continues to break my heart. I'm so jealous of anyone that gets to read this for the first time again, because oh my god, I love these characters. I love this storyline. There is also like a kind of theme of cars in this, like car racing. The main male characters in this basically run a garage where they kind of, what's that word? They like customize and do lots of different things for race cars, or people that do like street racing type of thing. It's very cool, and it's like a fun, like when I read this, I had the best like month of driving after that, because I don't know about you guys, but when I read certain things, doing them in real life becomes a lot more fun, because I was reading about them driving and how they all love driving and like all of these fun things they were doing with these cars. It literally became a new obsession for me. I was having so much fun driving and looking at cars. I still have like Instagram pages that I follow because the girl has like cool car, for purely because I had this like new obsession through these books. And I don't know, I feel like for me that's a sign of a good book when it kind of translates and makes my life, my everyday life, more fun. So yeah, I really like driving after and while I was reading these. There is also themes of like bully trope in here as well. That's not your vibe. It's not like continuous saw someone recommending when I was clearly in this loser's slump. I think I also read some like physical books in that time, including Iron Flame, which I don't know if I'd put that on this list because I read Fourth Wing and then Iron Flame, and they kind of in my head just like mesh into one book, so I don't know. I did read that really, really fast though, and I did thoroughly enjoy it. It's a good read in my opinion. I had a lot of fun, but I don't know if it's one of my favourite books of the year. But during this slump, looking for something to fill that loser's void, I found someone recommending this series called Brutes of Bristlebrook, and these books, these are crazy. I was not expecting these to be as insane as they are. This is a trilogy, completed trilogy, and it says a steamy post-apocalyptic romance. Boy, yeah, yup, that pretty much covers it. This series is really, really good. It's like a very good trilogy. The books are long. There's a very, very crazy like plot with kind of like wars going on between different factions and claiming of land in this post-apocalyptic world. It's kind of like that dystopian vibe because they're having to like fend for themselves and make their own food, and like it's crazy in this kind of environment. And I, as someone who grew up loving dystopian books, dystopian movies, this really hit the spot. I feel like if you saw Fifth Wave, that kind of like dystopian, like post major events type of world where you kind of go back to kind of laws of the land and like just living to survive. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. This was an interesting read. So our main character Eden has basically been living on her own, hiding essentially, and she very rarely sees many other women. It's very often big groups of men with weapons and stuff, so she's just been kind of like hiding, keeping to herself. But she gets into a situation where she is on the run from one of these groups who pose a major threat to her, and she kind of knows that if she's captured, she could be in some serious danger. It's a very dangerous world for women to be in, but she is very fortunately saved by some nice men, and these men are the Brutes of Bristlebrook. They save her and are going to protect Eden as long as she comes and lives with them in their secluded safe zone that they've got. So this is another why choose, and she gets into a relationship with all the brutes. Now I will say that this develops far better than I ever could have dreamed of. As I said, there's wars, there's like a whole ass famine. These books are crazy and like a full-on journey, and it all wraps up in such a good way in the end. Chef's kiss. This is how you do a trilogy. It is so good. Would highly recommend looking into it if you like YA basically all in the army together, and one of the brutes is, I believe he's a psychiatrist, and he helps a lot of the group with their mental health. And yeah, very like heavy themes, but like very important discussions, especially in the world that they're living in. I think it's a very like interesting outlook. There's also obviously that kind of theme of like the fear of being a woman in this kind of world. Kind of a theme in this as well is protecting women and children, and like having morals when there is no law enforcement. It's very, very interesting, and it's a lot deeper than I ever could have thought it would be. So I would highly recommend. And yeah, it's a really good series. Now, guys, maybe the one I'm most excited to talk about because it's my current read. I'm currently reading Zodiac Academy, which is like a 20+ book series. It is fantasy, romance, action, plot. There's a lot of different plots. I am currently reading Ruthless Fae, which is a prequel to Zodiac Academy, but I've read Zodiac Academy 1, 2 and 3 first, and now I'm on Ruthless Boys book 4, and there's 5 in the Ruthless Boys series, so it's a lot to take in. Zodiac Academy basically follows a set of twins, Tori and Darcy, who have grew up in the mortal realm. Unknown to them, they've had a lot of hardships in their life. Their parents died when they were young. They've been bouncing around foster homes their whole life and struggled to find their place in the world. Lived throughout poverty and never kind of had like parental love and care that a child needs. So they've only ever really had each other. But when they are 18, they randomly get a visit from this man who's talking about how they are the lost princesses, and they're actually these Vega twins. They have this whole inheritance and like a claim to the throne in this Fae realm, and they're like, magic doesn't exist, like you're talking a load of rubbish. But it's all actually true. They decide to go to this realm called Solaria, and join this Zodiac Academy, which is a very, very high rated school for magically gifted kids. And they want to go and basically claim their inheritance. They don't really care about ruling this land that they've never even been in yet. But upon arriving at Zodiac Academy, they meet the 4 heirs, celestial heirs, and these men are going to be the rulers. They've got a claim to rule Solaria, so they kind of butt heads over that because they've now got competition, even though the twins really aren't bothered about claiming that throne. But this series is so good. I will say it's not the best, but I don't know, sometimes a book doesn't have to be like the best book ever for you to thoroughly enjoy it. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure, or like when you watch a series that you kind of know isn't the best series ever, but you still really, really like it. I don't know, it's really, really entertaining. I love the characters, all of the characters, both in Zodiac Academy and in Ruthless Boys. Chef's kiss, I love them. Ruthless Boys is a prequel to the twins and Zodiac Academy, and it follows a girl called Elise and 4 kings who she is basically, it's kind of like a murder mystery plot. Her brother was murdered and she joins the academy where he was murdered, and she's looking to find out who murdered him, and she has this clue that it's a king at Aurora Academy. So there's like 4 of the most powerful Fae going to the academy are called the kings, and she's kind of like investigating all of them. Very, very good, very different from Zodiac so much. I support her. I will say that these are quite like slow paced in comparison to other books that I've mentioned. Yeah, they're definitely not like I'm hooked, but it kind of feels like you're following the characters day by day, which, to be honest, I love. I love a really in-depth study and getting all the details. I kind of hate when it like jumps about time or you miss out plots and etc. So I think that's why I really like it. I'm also gonna say these books are quite cringe. They kind of make fae into everything, like fae book and cafeteria, fae flu. Everything is about fae, and I feel like sometimes it's a bit overdone. But if you can push by a little bit of cringe, I feel like you'll really, really enjoy these books. The magic system isn't like overly complicated either, so I feel like they're a very easy, accessible read for people who want to maybe start reading fantasy, but don't want to be like thrown in the deep end. I just love the characters in these. I really, really love the characters, and I'm loving the mystery element in Ruthless Boys. There is like kind of bully trope in the Zodiac Academy, with the kind of fight between the twins and the heirs, but I don't think that's going to be like a prolonged thing. I don't know. Obviously I've only read book 1 to 3, and it's a big theme in those books anyway. But that is my favourite book series that I've read so far. I honestly couldn't pick books, like specific books from them, to be honest. Oh, I don't know. It's too hard to pick.